Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. So we're going to talk about some of my favorite beauty products that are kind of underrated or not talked about a lot on YouTube or Instagram or any of those social media sites. So I have my nice little blue basket right here of all of my products, and we're just going to dive on in. So we have a new filming setup, which is why the lighting might look a little different. I'm using a different camera and trying out some new things, so bear with me. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, if the video quality is better or what. So the first product that I'm going to talk about is the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. And I love this stuff. First of all, it smells absolutely amazing. That's part of the reasons why I love it. It smells like sugary coconuts. I don't even know. But I also love this product because I bought it back in January around my birthday, and so I've used it kind of in the winter and in the summer or spring. So I've used it at two different times when my skin is both dry and then when it is a little bit more oily, and it works for me both times. It gives me enough moisture in the winter when my skin is at its driest, and it is light enough in the summer and spring when my skin is a little bit more oily and not as dry. So I really love this product. I also think it is a great way to create a nice base for makeup because of its priming effects. It really like smooths out the skin, but not to the point where your foundation won't sit well on top of it. It gives you just like a little bit of a smoothing effect, and makeup just sits really well on top. So I really love this product. I'm actually almost out. This bottle is almost completely empty, so I'm really sad I have to go out and buy another one, but maybe I'll do that with my VIB 20% off that's going to come up in November. They normally do that. Anyway, I digress. I really love this product because I think it works well for a bunch of different skin types, hence, you know, I'm combination. So when my skin is dry, it works for me. When my skin is oily, it works for me. So I love that this is just like one product that I can use year round. I also like that it is like a dual purpose product because it's a primer and a moisturizer. I love products that can do two things at once because sometimes I'm a little bit lazy and sometimes I don't feel like putting on moisturizer and then putting on primer. Even though that doesn't sound like it's such a big deal, I just sometimes like being able to reach for a product that's just kind of a one and all, one and done kind of thing. So I really love this product. I really love First Aid Beauty. There's another First Aid Beauty product in here. I think they are a great skincare brand that doesn't get enough recognition kind of in the beauty world because they don't have like crazy exciting products. They're just kind of they get the job done and they're very good for your skin. So I really love them. Moving on. Next up, I'm going to talk about two different contouring powders. Bear with me. When I went and picked out these products, I was like, didn't even think about like, oh, maybe we shouldn't talk about two contouring powders because who really cares? But I kind of justified it because one's a palette and one's not. But moving on. So the first one is the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Chiseled to Perfection Contouring Palette. And I feel like of all the Too Faced products, this probably gets talked about the least. I have been using this palette for like 4 years probably. As you can see, I've hit pan in the contour shade, which I very rarely do because I try so many new products. But I think overall this is just a really good palette. I will say the only powder that I don't use in here is this highlighting shade here because it is a little glittery and that's not normally the highlight I like to go for. But this contour shade is really good for like light skin tones. It doesn't look muddy. It blends really nicely and gives you that very nice chiseled but shadowed look and not so much like, look, I have brown powder on my face. The bronzer is also really nice in here. Again, it's very pigmented, so if you do have a light skin tone, you should, you know, go very light-handed on it. But I think it's a very beautiful undertone, and it adds such a nice, like, bronze, but almost, like, flushed look to the skin. I really like it. And then this powder down here, I actually have used to set the places on my face that I'd like to be a little bit brighter. So, like, on my chin and my forehead and a little bit under my eyes. And it's a good setting powder. It's not my favorite, but I think in this palette, if you were someone who just wanted to have one thing to use all the time and you wanted to use all of these products, it is a very good powder. So overall, I think this is a wonderful palette. It does come with a brush. It fell out somewhere and I can't for the life of me find it, so I can't show you that, but I think overall I really love this palette. It's one of my favorite contouring palettes. It has been a favorite of mine for a really long time, and I don't think it gets enough recognition for how good it is here on YouTube. So next up, I'm going to talk about a eyeshadow, and this is the NARS Dual Intensity Eyeshadow in the shade Himalaya. And this is what it looks like. So I used to be obsessed with this eyeshadow. I would just like pop it on my eyelid and all over the place and run out the door, and that was that, especially when I was in school and stuff and went for a more low maintenance look but still a little put together. I always reach for this. I'm going to swatch it. It's really nice because it does have that dual intensity, so it's not super glittery, but it's more like a satiny finished shadow. That's what it looks like. It's a beautiful, beautiful like plummy brown. I really love this shade, and it blends so nicely. It goes on so smooth. I feel like these shadows don't really get talked about that much. I feel like NARS eyeshadows in general are not the products that people really think about when they think about NARS. They normally think about the concealers or the foundations, or more like the face products or their lip products, but not so much the eyeshadows. So I definitely wanted to mention this and talk about how good it is. They have a ton of other colors in this range too. It's probably my most used like single shadow. I don't use a ton of single shadows, mostly because nowadays I just go for palettes, but I think that might be my favorite single shadow. Alright, moving on, we'll talk about another skincare product, and this is the Ole Henriksen Pore Balance Facial Sauna Scrub. So I've talked about before, this is what it looks like. So I've talked about before how I have really prominent pores, especially in this area, and the pores on my nose get really clogged very easily. So I always like to use a scrub when I'm in the shower or just on a weekly basis on my skin to help kind of soothe, first of all, clean out that area and also soothe some of the texture on my skin. So I got a sample of this from Sephora. It was like a 100-point thing, and I tried it and I fell in love with it, and I knew I had to go buy the full size. It actually, when you rub it in your hands or rub it onto your face, it starts to kind of heat up, which is really crazy, I know, but it feels so good on the skin and really feels like it's kind of like deep cleaning almost. So I really love that about this product. I had never used like a heating up face product before, so when I first used it I was like, whoa, what is happening? But I really like it. I think it does a really good job of kind of clearing out my pores. So I will be repurchasing this when I run out, which says a lot, because normally with face scrubs and stuff like that, I tend to try a bunch of different things. I always have a few favorites on hand, and I never really, unless I really love something, I don't normally repurchase, but this one will definitely get repurchased. And I don't think it was that expensive. I think it was like $28, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. I will leave it in the description box, but I felt like for a good scrub, it wasn't that pricey. So I'm excited to try this. I did just get the Dr. Brandt Pore Scrub in a BoxyCharm, so I'm interested to see how that one compares to this one, but we shall see. So moving on, my next product that I'm going to talk about is this eyeliner. And this is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner in Serum. Whew. And this is in the shade Deep Brown. I picked this up because I was really excited to see a drugstore version eyeliner with like a brush tip. So that's originally why I bought it. But after using it a bunch of times, my eyelashes looked so good. And for a really long time I was like, what am I doing differently? Why do my eyelashes look so much better? And then I realized like this has a lash boosting serum in it. Oh. Obviously. And at first, like, when I read things like that, I'm like, yeah, whatever, like, your eyelashes are your eyelashes, like, nothing is going to change that. But after using this eyeliner, I kind of have a different view on it. Not that it really, like, helped make them grow longer or fuller. I've noticed that they feel softer and almost healthier, which I really like. And I really like this eyeliner because the color is amazing. Like, it goes on so opaque. I have not yet found a brown eyeliner that is A, this dark and rich brown, and B, goes on so opaque. So not only is this eyeliner, the color, the product really good, it also does help condition your lashes really well. So I think overall this is just a really great product, and I feel like I don't really hear people talk about it that much. I feel like I don't really hear people talk about drugstore eyeliners at all that much, so whenever I find a good one, I'm really, really excited, because eyeliner to me is one of those things that I don't love to spend a lot of money on. It just feels kind of wasteful because it's eyeliner. Like, it's not like a really nicely pigmented eyeshadow that's gonna make all the difference. It's literally a black line. So as long as it stays on my eye, or a brown line, and as long as it stays on my eye and doesn't move too much, like, I'm usually pretty happy. But I think this is by far better than like high-end eyeliners, better than anything I've ever used. So I recently did just pick up the black one too. So I might be testing that out and seeing if the black is just as good as the dark brown, but I really, really love this eyeliner. Okay, so moving on, we're going to talk about the other contour shade that I have in here. So when I am at my lightest in the winter, it's really hard for me to find contour shades and bronzers that A, sit well on my skin and don't look muddy, and B, don't look like too really dark on me. And one of the ones that I found is the Catrice Prime and Fine Professional Contouring Palette in the shade 010 Ashy Radiance. This is what it looks like. And I love this shade because, again, when I'm at my lightest, it still looks like chiseled, but not like I have brown powder on my face, like I said earlier with the other one. It's really soft, it blends really well, it doesn't look muddy, the powder doesn't sit on top of your makeup. It just all around is a really, really good soft powder, so I really like this. I actually think this is a good dupe for the Kevyn Aucoin contouring shades. I have the, I think it's light. I think they're very, very similar. They're both very good contour palettes. This one's just obviously cheaper. But I feel like I don't really hear people talk about this Catrice product that often. I have heard people talk about the brand, but other than, I think Kathleen mentioned this once in a video, other than that I haven't really heard people talk about this, and this is such a good contour palette. I think the best contour that I have found at the drugstore. So only 3 more products left. I'm going to talk about a product that might surprise some people because this brand is talked about a lot. This is the ColourPop Ultra Blooded Lip. Now, I know as a brand, ColourPop is kind of all over the place because they have amazing products for such an affordable price, but I don't really hear people talk about their blotted lips all that often, and this is in the shade Zuma. I love this product because I'm kind of over the matte liquid lip trend, almost. Not to say that, like, not every once in a while I don't love to wear one, like, I still do, but a lot of times on an everyday basis, I really want something that's going to be light on the lips and not feel like I have, like, a bunch of lip product on and, like, I can't move my mouth kind of thing, which sometimes that's how I feel with a liquid lipstick on. So I really like that this is more of like a cross between a liquid lip and a lip stain, which lip stains are some of my favorite products because I like low maintenance lip product. I like it to stay there, I like it to add some color, but I don't want to feel it there and I don't want to have to reapply. I'm very picky when it comes to lip products, but I love this product. I think this shade in particular is beautiful. It's kind of a My Lips but better kind of shade. I think the formula is amazing. When you swatch on your hand, it does seem a little bit patchy, but as soon as you put it onto the lips, like, it just blends in with your lip color so well and it just kind of really enhances it. And I love this formula. Love, 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 love. It does, so it like creates like a nice thin layer of lip product on your lip, but then it does dry down matte. So it is like a stain, but like a little bit more than a stain. It stays on for a really long time, it's long wearing. It leaves like a nice coloring to your lips, but it doesn't feel like you have like a ton of lip color on. That is what I'm looking for. ColourPop, you hit it out of the park. I want them to create more colors in this line because there's really only a few, and I'm sure you know by now that I am not adventurous when it comes to lip color. I like my nudes, I like my Your Lips But Better kind of shades. I'm not someone that's gonna go out and like reach for a bright red lip, which I wish I was that person, but I'm just not. So I would love to see them come out with more like neutrally tones. They have a few like other shades that are more bright, so those ones I kind of shy away from, but I love this product, and I think if you are in the market for a good like light lip stain-ish kind of product, I would check this out because they're so affordable, you can't go wrong. Like $6. I need to buy a backup. I use it every day, like every day. It is my go-to like low maintenance lip color. Okay, so we have 2 more products left, and one is a skincare product. And this is the First Aid Beauty 5-in-1 Bouncy Mask, and this is what it looks like. So this mask claims that it helps to nourish, calm, firm, plump, and refine, which is why it's 5-in-1, because it does 5 things. So I really love this mask because A, oh gosh, it smells really good, and B, it's like this jelly almost texture, which leaves this like really, really nice cooling, calming almost, calm is one of the things, sensation on the skin. So I love using this mask when I've been trying out a lot of new things and my skin is really not happy with me at the moment. I love to just pop this on. You only have to leave it on for 10 minutes. And when I take it off, my skin just feels so much better. It really does feel calmed and kind of plumped. I don't know so much about like the firming aspects because I don't really have that problem yet, so I can't really speak on that, but everything else I really, really think that it does. It does help nourish, it does help calm. I also love that all of these products, all of the First Aid Beauty products are really good for sensitive skin because sometimes my skin can be a little finicky. There are times when it is sensitive to everything and it reacts to everything, and then there are other times when it doesn't. So I really don't know what kind of sets my skin off to be sensitive or not. I think it has a lot to do with fragrance in products. So far that's what I think, but I have no idea. It could just be like random things, and sometimes it just decides it doesn't like them. But so when I am going through that, I love First Aid Beauty products. They really help to just get my skin back to like a natural, good, balanced feeling. I've used a lot of products in their lines and I love them all, so I really am a huge fan of this brand. My last product is the Trish McEvoy Lash Curling Mascara in Jet Black. So this is what it looks like, this little skinny tube. And she has 2 mascaras that I absolutely love. So there's this one, the lash curling one, and then there's one that is the, I think, volume mascara. And these mascaras are unlike anything I have ever used in my life. So what they do is when you apply it to your lashes, they actually create these little tubes on each individual lash, which obviously creates the volume and length. And it kind of just like surrounds the lash. It's very strange, I know. But then when you go to wash your face and take off your mascara, all you have to do is kind of wet your fingertips and just kind of like gently roll them over your lashes, and the tubes start to come off. So I really, really love this formula because your eyes are so sensitive. It's one of the most sensitive parts of your face, like the skin around your eyes. And my biggest pet peeve is really having to rub mascara off of my eyes. That is like the biggest pet peeve I have. That's why I hate waterproof mascara. It's just a thing. So I love that this is so easy to take off, yet at the same time, because it's those tubes, during your everyday, like it won't, like when you sweat and stuff, ew, it won't get under your eyes and it won't kind of transfer anywhere. So I think this is probably like the most unique mascara formula I have ever tried in my life, and it hurts my heart because it is so pricey. Like this little tube of mascara costs $31.50. That's crazy. And because I'm a psycho, I like to use both. So I like to start off by using the volume one that kind of lengthens your lashes, even though it says volume. And then I use this one on top that creates the volume. So really, if I'm using both, I'm spending like $60 for mascara. That's crazy. But it's the best mascara I've ever used, and that's why for a while I kind of did put it to the side and I was like, my bank account needs a rest. I cannot keep buying this. I need to try new things and find other things that are going to work well for me. So I actually haven't been using this that much. This is like just one tube that I keep on me. I always keep one just in case. I really especially like to use this on my bottom lashes because I can never wear mascara down there unless it's this, because it will transfer under my eyes. So I haven't used both in a while, but I'm thinking about going back to both of them because I found a few mascaras that I really liked, but recently I feel like I've just gotten used to them and my eyelashes have gotten used to them and it's starting to like not look as good, you know? So I think I'm going to go back to using this, but my bank account's not going to be happy with me, so I don't know. But these are really great mascaras. If you're someone that struggles with mascara getting under your eyes, I would definitely check these out because I've never had a mascara before that doesn't budge, like doesn't move. And I think the added benefit of, you know, not coming off until you want to take it off is really, really good. But it's still easy to take off, which is very important. So yeah. So that was my last kind of underrated beauty, makeup, skincare product for you guys. Let me know if there are any beauty products that you guys use that you think are underrated. I would love to check them out and see how they work for me. I'm always looking for new products to try. As you guys know, I have an addiction. That is why we are here. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it so that we know that you guys like our videos. And yeah, thank you for joining me today, and I will see you in our next video. Bye guys!